Hey guys, it's Ken. So this is part 3 of the series for the top 5 places of tension. So there's feet, there's hands, there's shoulders, there's hips, and there's jaw. Those are the top 5 places where we hold tension. So this one is dedicated to the shoulders. Now the shoulders is a really complex area. It's one of the most mobile places in the entire body, or the most mobile joints. So there's a lot that can go on, and everybody's going to be a little bit different. So I encourage you to approach these stretches as just kind of like I'm throwing out ones that feel pretty good. If you hold a lot of tension in this area, or if you're rehabbing that area, just kind of find the one that sings for you. Make sure you're not pushing it too much, and just be respectful of the joint, because there's a lot of really small muscles in your rotator cuff that really love to get pissed off, and they will take you out. So just be cautious with it. When you find the stretch that's right for you, it should feel really good. It should feel kind of like, oh, okay, it might have like an element of pain to it, but it should feel right. It should feel good. So kind of listen to your intuition. So best stretches for me, hanging off the bar or something stable. You can use a table, but something that you can really pull away from. So anything that's really stable, like a countertop or something like that. Hands are about shoulder width apart. You're gonna send your hips back like somebody's pulling you back, and you're just literally hanging off of the bar and dropping the chest. So the more that you drop the chest, the deeper the stretch will be for your lats and all that stuff. To enhance the pressure, you just walk your feet a little closer to whatever your base of support is. In this case, it's my bar. And just let yourself hang off of it. This is a nice one, good to also get into your lower back as well. But you should be able to kind of relax your shoulders. You're not holding on, but you're actually trying to completely relax and let your hands hold your body weight. So that's one. Then from there, if you want to enhance it, you can drop one hand and just grab your outer thigh and twist into it, and looking underneath the armpit. Still not holding on, right? You're trying to relax your shoulder and let that stretch kind of radiate all the way up through the spine and the back. And then obviously get the other side. So you're rotating down and then relaxing the shoulder into it. Next stretch would be for your chest. So this one, sometimes you don't need to be grabbing onto anything behind you. I find that most people do need that, but some people are super tight in the chest. So just finding a wall and just holding and doing snow angels against the wall. So imagine this bar was not here and this was my wall. You would just be going all the way down, palms out, and just find wherever's the tightest in that snow angel and just kind of hold it there. For some people that's enough. For other people we need to go a little bit deeper. Now this gets a little bit tricky. So when you're holding onto the bar or whatever it is that you're holding onto, notice the position of your shoulders. So you have either this position, which is neither one is bad, it's just this is the way that your shoulder is, or you have it with the shoulder blades pulling down into your back. Okay, there's a part of the shoulder that can rotate, okay, because it needs to create that mobility to get around and get into that stretch, but it's two different muscles that it ends up stretching all the way through this area. So first one I would do is just kind of pull the shoulder blades like you're sliding them down into your back pockets, and just kind of press the chest forward. And then over time, you'll be trying to get your hands closer and closer together without letting the shoulders flip. See that kind of difference? This, think like Titanic, versus just relaxed and completely flipped over. This is usually where people will go. The other one is kind of stretching that. You can do that if that feels right to you. You can actually go forward into it. Bring your arms a little bit more narrow. This will force your shoulders to have to do that flip, and you'll be getting the anterior deltoid a little bit more. So that's another one. If that works for you, that's good. Another way to get that is seated. Hands forward or hands back, depending on how your hand flexibility is. And you're just kind of sitting back, trying to keep your hands as narrow as possible. They're going to want to slide away from each other, and then you bring them forward. The last one that I would say is a good stretch, well, that's actually two more, is into a traditional child's pose, a little wider through the knees, and then you would just thread one arm through and relax the head. This is a really good one if you're folding in half, bringing this armpit down to meet the opposite elbow with the head relaxed. It's a really good one to get the posterior delt and your rhomboid, if you're the muscles that kind of pull your shoulder blades apart. So it's a really good one to be able to relax and sit into. Awesome stretch. Another one that works for some people, not all, is hold on to that base of support, and you're going to pull away the same way, but you're in a standing position with your knees a little bit bent, but you're trying to let it cross all the way completely across your body, and you want to walk your hands, your feet in towards whatever the base of support is, and you're going to lean against it. You may need to use this hand for a little guidance. The idea is, if you had a flashlight on your chest, you're not kind of pulling this way, you're actually trying to keep that flashlight pointing parallel to whatever your base of support is. So if you're pulling across, and you're trying to, if you can, just kind of let the shoulder just kind of drape off of your rib cage. Again, you're not pulling and holding yourself up. That's the biggest problem that people have. They have a hard time releasing tension. They feel like they're holding themselves up actively. It should be your hand is tense and the rest of the arm gets to relax into it. And you're keeping yourself twisted this way. You'll feel a stretch through the through the upper trapezius, all the way up through the neck. So it's a really, really good one. Ballet bar is usually the best way to go, but whatever works for you. And remember, please, more than anything, listen to your body. If something is wrong, it is wrong. Your shoulder is one of those joints that if you piss it off, it'll take you out. It's like a back injury. I've done it before. You can't do anything. So be respectful. And remember, these stretches are not intended to make you Oksana Bayul, just kind of going crazy with your flexibility. It's intended to relieve tension and create space in the joint so that malfunction doesn't end up causing more problems. That's the idea. So feel free to comment, feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you need more tips or anything. I've got plenty of ideas, I think. And I welcome any kind of conversation, all right? Have a good rest of your whatever.